got bored on our own podcast. Sorry, I just had a yawn. Should we do the how we became buds?
I think we should talk about how we became buds.
What year do you think we first met?
I know that it was somewhere around 2013.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it was shortly after that.
I know I could pinpoint it if I were to look through my Instagram, which I'll have to do for the next episode. But
then you got to see all your old tattoos.
Fuck no, those are archived as but my selfies when I was 23 and hot are still very much there, and that's how I plan to determine this. So we worked at a shop together, yeah. But I feel like we had kind of determined that we had to have met each other before that, because I only worked at that shop because we had mutuals.
Yeah.
But like, there's no way we weren't at the same shows back in the day.
We
backyard
were 100%
shows,
at
sure, yeah.
a lot of places at the same time.
Yeah.
But it just didn't
Throwing
happen
up
until
Mad
later.
Dog onto our creepers.
And then Sparks, remember that one? The battery beer?
Dude, that shit makes me want to fucking gag just thinking about it.
I think that was the first alcoholic drink that I threw up. And
Sparks?
yeah. And I was like, this is dope.
It tastes like a really spoiled Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of grew up in the same music scene
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of shows, but we didn't officially meet each other until you started working at my first shop.
Yeah. So your
Yeah.
first job.
Yeah, it was my
So you
first
were
job.
new on the job.
I was
You needed
brand
me
new.
to take. You needed me to take you under my wing.
Yeah, I was like, you guys better hire somebody. I'm not learning anything.
I don't know if you remember this, but the first time, like probably maybe even our first like real conversation, I asked you how old you were, and you told me that you were like 40.
I heard you tell the story to somebody a while back, and I do not remember that one bit. But that makes sense because I would just talk bull all the time.
So I was talking to one of our coworkers who was my age. So at the time, let's say I'm like 23, and I'm like, dude, James, I can't believe James is like 40. Like, he looks so good for his age. Or I said something like that, and she was like, what the fuck? Like, and mind you, I don't know him. Like, there's literally no reason for him to lie about this and then to not even be around for the punchline. Like, what? Well, I don't know what you even meant to get out of this. But she's like, James is not 40. Like, he's literally our age. So you were probably like 23, 24.
Yeah. Well, how old are you now?
25. 35.
How dare you? I was very much in my mid 20s, and sometimes I just need to lie. And like you said, there was no punchline.
You weren't even around for me to find out the truth, and then it was just like this fucking weirdo.
I think I just like to plant seeds, and then when they blossom, it's great. But that was just a big waste of time, really.
Yeah, what'd you get out of it? This story.
Respect.
Dude, you got this story. You got this podcast. You got this friendship.
That's true.
You
I didn't even
planted
think
a
about it
seed.
that way. Would you say we were pretty tight back then? There was
No,
definitely
I didn't
right?
like you at all.
Yeah.
But the thing that made it cool was we discovered that we liked like the most obscure movie that did really bad in theaters, MacGruber, which I guess that's where we could say that's how we started calling each other buds.
Yeah, and I don't even think it was until after you left that we discovered that, because we did the Denver convention with Dylan after you left. And then we watched it on that trip.
Oh, is that when we broke down?
That was when we were like, do you want to open up a shop in 10 years?
Yeah, so maybe we weren't that close when we were. But at that time, I was married.
Yeah, I was in a relationship.
Were you partying?
I was, yeah, dude. As soon as I turned 18 is when I just went nuts. Especially with all the touring that I was doing. It was just...
Oh my God, dude, we get it. You're a touring musician.
But yeah, I was definitely pretty wild back then.
So then we worked at that shop together. And then I remember, so then fast forward, I leave.
Yeah.
I leave, you stayed there for another couple years. You guys switched locations. Now, fast forward to you are working at a different shop, and I needed a place to go. Yeah. And I was only supposed to drop in because, remember, at that time, my sister was going to move to the East Coast.
Yeah.
And I was going to move with her.
I forgot about that.
She had a kid. And then that ended up falling through, whatever, and then I just stayed on with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was because I had tattooed you. I did the punk rock girl from your own flash, and I was like, wow, this girl's really into herself.
Well, I had to draw it because you couldn't.
But yeah,
that was nice of you to practice on me. And so then we started working together. Then we stayed at that shop until COVID hit. And then we were like, oh, a global pandemic. This is a great time to open a business.
Yeah. It sounded like a bad idea, but it was kind of the best idea.
Yeah.
So, okay, COVID happened. And then, we decided to open up our shop. Mm-hmm. We were like, but we always say, ADHD, we get an idea and we do it then or it's never going to happen. And that's what happened.
Well, no.
I'm wrong. No, that's not what happened.
No, that is what happened. But remember, like, we always talked about it in this abstract way. And then, but yeah, we do no preparing. We jump right in. Nope. Just like we have different mic stands now because we do no preparing. We jump right in and we just let the chips fall where they may.